scenario is this: some sort of weather-related incident, be it an ice storm, hurricane, tornado, possibly even not weather-related, like an earthquake out west. Power grid has been off 3-4 days now. Your supplies are starting to run short of fresh food anyway. The grocery stores, well, they're all closed because they have no power, and the lucky ones that have a generator, well, they may be open, but there's nothing left in them anyway. Now, you fired up your portable generator. You've got air conditioning or maybe a small heater going. You're charging up batteries. Maybe you charge up your phone, check the internet, looking for news, whatever. Plugged in your fridge or your freezer, get that cooled back down. You want to maximize the use of your generator time. Gas is expensive and probably hard to find at this point. You've got a supply, but it's limited, and you want to make sure everything is maximized. Now you grab some ingredients, you grab the trusty old bread maker. Let's make a loaf of bread, you say. The only problem is you check your inventory. You've got one of these little packages here of rapid rise yeast, and it's expired. This one expired April 22nd of 2022. Be interesting to see if it still works. And by the way, I haven't tried this yet, so let's try it together. Most bread machines will have a cycle called rapid bake, which take about an hour. On this particular machine, it's a 58-minute cycle. That's a good short time. You don't want to be running your generator 3-4 hours just to bake one loaf of bread in these things. So we're going to try the rapid bake cycle. Got the ingredients here, all except for the warm water, that is. Let that run for a minute. 2 tablespoons of oil. I use whatever vegetable oil I happen to catch on sale at the grocery store. You can use pretty much any oil, sunflower oil or peanut oil or canola oil, whatever you want. There may be a few differences in texture at the end of the day, but it's not a big deal. White sugar, we've all got that. 2 tablespoons white sugar into the bottom. Salt, teaspoon of salt. In that goes. Now let's get 9 ounces of lukewarm water. It's just a little bit more than a cup. Water will go into there. 3 cups of all-purpose flour. A lot of people say you need to use bread flour or this flour, whatever flour. This is just plain enriched white flour, all-purpose, nothing special. I've always used it for bread. Never had an issue. In that goes. Now for our yeast. Like I said, this has been expired. It's coming up on a year now, April of 2022. And today we're February. So, a good 9 months plus expired. Let's see if it works. We're going to drop that right in the top like that. Make sure that we're on the rapid setting, which on this one is number 2, 58 minutes, 1.5 pound loaf. Start it up. It's going to mix it, it's going to knead it, it's going to let it rise with a little bit of warmth. It's going to do its thing for about an hour. And you know what? In 58 minutes we'll come back, we'll check up and see how this thing did on expired yeast. Alright, 58 minutes already. Let's take a look at this. Remember, 1 hour, 58 minutes on the cycle. Easy to do when you got a generator, right? It's running anyway, might as well do something with it. And we had a package of yeast, regular Fleischmann's Rapid Rise yeast. It was expired by over 9 months. Let's see how this came out. It smells pretty good. A little white on the top. Get it out of the pan. Nice and brown on the bottom. Check this out. It's It's a little warm to hold still, but check it out, guys. Right there. Nice loaf of bread. And yeah, if you're making a comment that's a little lopsided, a lot higher on this side than this side, bread machines do that. It's a common thing. It's no big deal. But it turned out really great. So for an hour, even with expired yeast, got a loaf of bread for everybody for supper tonight. In any case, if you're not sure if things will work or not, try them out now, like I did with this loaf of bread. I'm going to have this with supper tonight. Obviously, we're going to serve this to the kids. They're going to love it. But try things out ahead of time. Make sure that they work. Make sure you know how to do them before you need to do them. Because let me tell you, when the power's out, there's no internet to check for recipes. There's no nothing. You can't. You're buggered. You're on your own. So, yeah. Make sure you test your things out before you need to do them. This is a win. 1 hour bread when I have the generator running and I'm charging batteries and looking up stuff on the internet and, you know, cooling my fridge down, whatever I'm doing with that generator for an hour or two. Throw in a loaf of bread. Don't have to worry about the grocery stores not having anything. It works. So we're going to keep this recipe tucked nicely away in a little book so that when shit does hit the fan, I can pull it out and there it is. In any case, take care, Canada. It's a tough world out there.